Very good morning. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to see the model number 4. This is input modeling. Input modeling under this we are going to see the data collection. So data collection is nothing but the gathering of information which is accurate and appropriate one and correct information from to go for simulation concept. So now we will see the thing. So input models provide the driving force for a simulation model. So in the simulation of a queuing system, so typical input models are the distribution of time between the arrivals and of the service times. For any inventory system simulation, input models include the distribution of demand and of lead time. For the simulation of a reliability system, the distribution of time to failure of a component is an example of an input model, we can say. So the appropriate distributions were specified for some real world simulation applications. Like, however, coming up with the appropriate distributions for input data, this is a major task from the standpoint of time and resource requirements. So regardless of the sophistication of analyst, faculty models of the inputs will lead to outputs whose interpretation could give rise to misleading the recommendations. So now we will see the thing, input models, what it provides and how the quality of the output when compared to the quality of the input and all. So the quality of the output is no better than the quality of the input. So collect data from the real system. So in this it's going to identify a probability distribution to represent the input process and choose the parameters for the distribution and evaluate the chosen distribution and parameters for the goodness of fit tests. So in previous slides and all we have discussed about the goodness of fit test as it is. So now we can see there are 4 steps in development of the useful model of the input data. So that we will see one by one. So collect the data, how we can collect the data from the real system of, like, it just requires a substantial time and resource commitment. So unfortunately in some situations it is not possible to collect the data, like for example when time is extremely limited, when the input process does not yet exist. So that time it is very difficult to collect the data. So the one of the biggest tasks in solving a real problem is GIGO concept. So this is a garbage in garbage out basis and suggestions that may enhance and facilitate the data collection. So we have to, before going to the process, we have to go for the planning part, that is begin by a practice or pre-observing session and watch for unusual circumstances and all. So this is how we can go for the data collection concept. So here we have to identify a probability distribution to represent the input process. How we can identify, it seems when data are available, this step typically begins with the development. So like how example we can say successive time periods during the same time period on the successive days. Be aware of data censoring and the quantity is not observed in its entirety and danger of leaving out long process times, and check for relationship between the variables. Example, build scatter diagram and check for autocorrelation, and in this we have to collect the input data and not the performance data. So here we have to choose the parameters that determine a specific instance of the distribution family. When data are available, these parameters may be estimated from the data, like so we have to identify the distribution, probability distribution to represent the input process. When data are available, this step typically begins with the development of a frequency distribution, so that we have to check the relationship between the variables. So example, build this, we can go for the scatter diagram. So or we can say the histogram of the data. So histogram is nothing but we have to identify the shape of the distribution. So given the frequency distribution and structural knowledge of the process, a family of distribution is chosen. Fortunately, several well-known distributions often provide the good approximations in practice. So this is how we can identify the histograms and how we can selecting family of distribution and parameter estimation, goodness of fit test and fitting a non-stationary process. So histogram. So in this we have to we have to identify the shape of a distribution, we can say. So a frequency distribution or histogram is useful in determining the shape of a distribution. So the number of class intervals depends on the number of observations and the dispersion of data, how it was suggested, and the square root of sample size. For continuous data, it corresponds to the probability density function of a theoretical distribution, and for discrete data it just corresponds to the probability mass function. If few data points are available, we have to combine adjacent cells variables to eliminate the ragged appearance of the histogram. So we have to evaluate the chosen distribution and associated parameters for the goodness of fit test, and this may be evaluated informally through graphical methods or formally through statistical tests. The chi-square and the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test are standard goodness of fit test. If not satisfied that the chosen distribution is a good approximation of data, then the analyst returns to the second step. It chooses a different family of distributions and repeats the procedure same. If several iterations of these procedures fails to yield between assumed distributions form and collected data, the empirical form of the distribution may be used. So like we can say what we can say, each of these steps, so each of these steps is discussed previously, although software is now widely available to accomplish the previous steps, so including such standalone programs called ExpertFit and StatFit, and such integrated programs are Arena's input processor and risk benefit. So it is still important to understand what the software does, and so that it can be used approximately. So unfortunately software is not as readily available for input modeling, where there is a relationship between two or more variables of interest, and when no data are available, there are two topics we have to discuss over this thing. So now we will see histograms, how it is going to identify the distribution. So here we can see the same data with a different interval size. We have the arrivals per load and frequency is there. So vehicle arrival example we can see over here, and it just arriving, a vehicles is going to arrive at an intersection between 7 a.m. and 7 this was monitored for 100 random work days. So these are sample data, so the histogram may have cell for each possible in the data range. So this is how it is going to identify the distribution. So the main concept over here is it just identifies the shape of the distribution and same data with the different interval sizes we can see here. So now we can see the data collection, the problems are found over here. So the main thing is, it is one of the biggest tasks in solving a real world problem. It is one of the most important and difficult problem in simulation. So how we can see in this concept that how we can going to select the family of distribution. So GIGO concept, we are using the garbage in garbage out concept, and this is a basic concept in computer science, and it applies equally in the area of discrete system simulation. So even when the model structure is valid, if the input data are like inaccurately collected, inappropriately analyzed, or not representative of the environment, so it is very harder to analyze those things. So now we can go for the selecting the family of distributions, like it is totally based on the context of input variable and shape of the distribution, and frequently encountered distributions, and easier to analyze like exponential, normal, and Poisson. Harder to analyze distributions, we can say it is a beta, gamma, and Weibull distributions. So thank you.